ready?
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
All right. So if you had to pick one favorite cartoon character, and it can be from any genre of cartoons and cartooning, but only one character as your favorite cartoon character, who would it be?
It's so tough. It's got to be Homer Simpson.
Nice.
Good one. Yeah. You can't really like that's a great pick.
I'm so hyper obsessed with cartoons. I love Ren and Stimpy. I love Popeye. I love everything. I'm such a cartoon person. But yeah, if I had to pick one, it'd be Homer.
Nice.
All right, that's awesome. Okay, so then the next question is, so if you had to pick one cartoon favorite, be it movie or book or strip, but one thing that's your favorite thing that was ever created as a cartoon that you would go back to again and again.
It's got to be Calvin and Hobbes. Calvin and Hobbes is like, that's a singular creator. Like it'd be cheating to be like, well, the New Yorker book I could read over and over again. That's like 200 artists, singular creator. I'm gonna go with Calvin and Hobbes.
Classic.
Yeah.
And I think
questions are gonna keep me up tonight.
Yeah, no, I think
fine. I'm gonna be like,
right back. Can I change?
There's certain things that happen, and that's like a real moment in cartooning history.
Yeah.
Calvin and Hobbes kind of almost like refreshed why you would go to the funny pages, you know, at that time. So,
it had wit. It's insight on what it's like to be a child, like a true insight on what it's like to be a child at every level. Your imagination, the way you feel about adults, the way you feel about the world structure. It's the most fun.
Super. And drawn amazingly, too.
And drawn beautifully. Yeah.
Okay, next question. What is your favorite thing to draw?
My favorite thing to draw. My dog.
That's it.
I'm gonna send you a bunch of them now.
Good. What is the name of your dog?
Monty.
Monty. So Monty.
That's a great cartoony name too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Does Monty have an underbite or like a little?
Time.
Oh, that's like
He's 12. He's 12 now.
Yeah.
So he's got old man face now. So it's even more.
Doggy jowls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then what's your least favorite thing to draw?
Least favorite. Probably like anything like vehicles, cars and planes and stuff like that. I try to draw them more now. When you're conscious of like the thing you don't like, you try to go out of your way to draw. But it would be that. I would say like backgrounds, but I would much prefer drawing like the interior of a room with lots of little things than to draw like just a car or a plane or something like that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Sure. What inspires you the most? And it doesn't have to be art. It can be anything in life. But what do you think kind of you get a lot of inspiration from?
I think from all the time I lost not drawing. So like the 10-year chunk of not drawing, I used to be much more obsessed with thinking about all this time lost and who I could have been and all this potential I squandered. And, I don't think about it anymore because I'm actively drawing and I'm actively, chasing something now. But I think about that chunk of time where I was it was a black hole. So that's the thing that like pushes me is making up for those 10 years of not drawing. It's a big mistake.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think for you kind of like it powered you so like you were turbocharged.
Yeah. Actually, it was even longer than that because it was 12 and then I really didn't draw till I was 26. It was more like 14 years of not drawing.
Yeah.
But it was 10 years of like not being a human. And then like 4 years of like learning how to be human and then I was off to the races.
Yeah. It's a cool story, Chris. Okay.
But yeah. And so laser focused when you get back into it.
Yeah. For sure. All right. So in a this is your life moment, kind of think about what do you hope that people take away from your work?
Hmm. Well, laughter, right? With the New Yorker cartoons. And then yeah, with the kids book, I really hope I create something that um is like endearing and maybe something that a kid like how I was latches onto it. Um and yeah, it's like the reason they maybe want to draw or the reason they appreciate little things. Like it doesn't even have
Hmm.
to spill over into drawing. Like I really do think it just gave me an appreciation for just seeing like yeah, that teacup has a chip in it and that one is
Right.
all that
Right.
stuff that like my mom said. Like I think I look at I can go to an antique store and I know that's because she drilled all that. Hey, look how ornate this is. Like
Yeah.
so
So
yeah, I
like,
don't know.
yeah, creating new observers, right?
Yeah, I
Into
want to create
people's
new
life.
observers. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nice way of putting it.
Nice.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So now you're kind of working on a dream project right now, but say there's the biggest dream project you could ever imagine, and there's no barriers. Money's not an object. It's just green lit for you to do anything you want to do. What would be your dream project?
I would turn Frank the Caterpillar into a 2D video game.
Ooh.
I know it would be a home run. I got so many fun characters and storylines to chase down, and I have this harebrained idea, like of maybe a way to get it done and people I could reach out to, and but
Hmm.
that would be the one. Like I have
Mm.
all these drawings squirreled away for
Yeah.
like someone to be like, hey, let's give this thing a shot.
Awesome.
Awesome. Did you ever actually finish a comic's worth of like
No,
panels? And,
no, I have tons of pages. I'll
yeah.
send you some of it. I'll send you some of the
Yeah, I'd love to see.
characters. It's really fun.
Cool.
So I mean, I think that that's not an unattainable goal. I think that that's cool. It may be that at some point you have to carve out the time to storyboard it, you
Yeah,
know, enough so then when you talk about it, if you even want to, like, you're in the right place at the right time and you have the right ears and eyes
yeah,
and
you're
you're
right.
ready to say it, that you would just have a tiny little version of a pitch packet of it, you
Yeah,
know?
Right.
yeah, you're right.
'Cause
You're
yeah,
right.
'cause it's like like you could have the greatest idea, um, but it's different when you actually have something to just push it over and show them, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
I definitely that would be the thing. And I have like people like there's a guy Barry Jackson. Do you know who Barry Jackson is?
No.
He did the movie Cool World?
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
He
we were
did all the backgrounds for that.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
Of
totally
course.
greenlit. I would just if I could pay that guy a bunch of money to do
Yeah.
all the backgrounds for this insane video game, like
Yeah.
that guy's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. I do. Yeah. I show his work in my class to
Yeah,
my
he's got a
students.
very
So yeah.
distinct way of he can create a whole universe very easily. So it's like, I got all these characters, but if I could put them in any universe, they'd be right in his world.
Wow.
Nice.
Is he still around? Like, is he still working?
I've done a mentorship with him too.
Oh, did you? Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Wow. See,
Yeah.
so you've really sought out
Oh
mentors.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. He's another one who's incredible and can take a drawing of yours and then just, put his
Hmm.
glasses on and go like, "See, if you just do this, you see how the whole atmosphere changes? Like you got this guy in this room, but look how the setting changes when I just change the lighting in on this thing. See how much more dramatic it is? Like you've got this boss, he's got the cigar, he's got I had this I gave him a character, it was like a boss, he's sitting at the desk and there's like heads on the walls like almost like animals like on the plaques. And he just changed the lighting in the room and it was much more frightening, like much more
Hmm.
Yeah.
intimidating. And I was like, man, it's like, that's it, huh? And he was like, yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, it's a good drawing. He was like, it's just the atmosphere. You got to think more
Hmm.
atmosphere. I'm like, all right, all right. Okay, atmosphere. And then write it down on the paper.
Yeah, that sounds
Nice.
awesome. So I think that's it for our rapid questions. Did I ask them all? I think I did. Right?
Think so.
think so. Yeah, I have scribbled in here. Don't forget favorite medium, but we kind of did that before we started
Yeah,
the
right.
question. So yeah. So this is awesome. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
on.
Yeah, man.
I
Yeah.
was
Do you want to?
so
Do you want
looking
to?
forward to this.
Yeah. We should do an official thank you, just so I can edit it at the
Sure.
end. So
Yeah. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate your time. I feel like we could keep talking and geeking out on cartoons, all day, all night. But we appreciate you giving us this much of your time. It's been a blast.
yeah,
Thanks for joining us.
not only was it fun, but it's really great to hear your story. I think so many people
Unique,
are gonna
for
love
sure. Yeah.
hearing your story. I think the amount of passion that you've poured into your goals is just incredible. So
Thanks.
this was a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
I love this stuff, and I love talking to you too because I love talking to people who love cartoons, and you guys clearly love cartoons.
It's cool to hear you say video game for
Yeah.
Frank the Caterpillar as opposed to like animated movie or animated show,
No, it comes out of like Earthworm Jim,
sure.
Mhm.
which obviously is like another bug character, but I think there is
Right.
like that was another like thing that I loved as a kid, that Earthworm Jim. And
Right.
yeah, I had a buddy of mine, so when I was working in the elevator industry, um the last company I worked for, the guy who owned the company is like an eccentric millionaire. And when I first got the job, and he hired me, I was on the phone with him for an hour, and we only talked about music and art. We didn't talk about elevators once.
Oh, funny. Yeah.
And when I was leaving the industry, I had a buddy of mine who was very close to him. He was like, "You need to reach out to him and tell him you want to make a video." Like, because he knew. He was like, "Tell him you
Oh,
want to make this video game. He's
yeah.
crazy. He'll fund this thing." Like, so I had
Right.
this crazy idea that I could reach out to this guy, tell him I want to make one level of this video game.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
like, yeah, I had in my head, like, I would reach out to Barry Jackson and almost ask him, like, what's your price
Mm.
Yeah.
for everything? Like, you can redesign the characters, you could redesign the whole world, everything. It's yours. I trust you wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
And we turned
Right.
it, especially because like with Barry, like I got to know him a little bit, and he's been slighted. He should be much bigger. He did
Right.
the designs for Shrek. He got no credit. He did the
Mm,
designs for Nightmare Before Christmas. Got no credit. He kept getting tied into projects that they wouldn't let him out of, and then he would start these other projects, and then these other contracts would swallow him up. And he's had all these things, and I like, not that my idea is the best, but I have so much faith in this thing. I created villains.
yeah.
I promise. I've read comics, till my eyes bleed, and I feel like I've created all these weird villains that don't exist yet. And I got this
Mm.
really weird hero at the helm. And I just was like, man, if he could head this thing up, whatever the price is, if this guy would foot the bill, then he
Yeah.
could get a nice payday. He could go full passion on it because I'd let him go carte blanche on whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
And yeah, that would be like, that's like it's like in there in my head, but it's such a crazy idea. Like, to even to say out loud to other people. Like, I've told
Yeah.
people close to me this crazy idea, um but yeah, that's like one of those things. It kicks around in my mind sometimes, and I'm like, man, I'm like, let this guy
Dude, you got to make it happen one
pay
way or another.
Yeah.
the bill on this thing, because if he would, yeah, I don't know what Barry would ask, but I'm sure it would be reasonable. I know he's,
Yeah. Yeah. It's just to have a chance to really let just to go for, his own, that creative freedom and, like,
I would say, like,
Yeah.
this is
Have
what I have.
something to sink his teeth
yeah.
into, right?
Yeah.
So
Right. Right.
I would say
yeah.
this is the hero. This is the laundry list of villains I have. Who do you like? Who don't you like? What designs do
Mhm.
you like? What don't? And then the backgrounds are you. Create the world.
Yeah.
What world does this guy jump around in? Like, that's, yeah.
That's cool. That's like what Pixar did for Bud Lucky. so do you know Bud Lucky? So Bud Lucky was an animator on a lot of Sesame Street shorts. So he did
Mm.
and the Alligator King with the silver sharks. Like I don't know if you remember, like
I do, but I don't. That's
yeah.
funny. I don't know
Oh,
him by
Rainbow
name.
Picnic, like he did, yeah, all these little like little ditties with these little animations. So he was like a big, again, another independent animator in the 60s and 70s, and eventually they hired him at Pixar to help bring that life, and then
Yeah,
he became a fixture, and then they did Boundin', which was a short.
Oh
I
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that was,
love that.
yeah, that was Bud Lucky, and
Oh
then
right, yeah,
Bud Lucky did some voices because Bud Lucky had a great speaking voice. He did some voices for some characters
Ah,
too, and but that's kind of the same thing. He's somebody who like I can't believe he's
yeah. Underappreciated
he's a
genius.
historic,
Yeah,
yeah,
underappreciated figure, and they gave him some stuff to sink his teeth into, and he had a whole second career.
yeah.
Really cool.
I see. Yeah, and Bounding was that's like that might be my favorite Pixar short.
Hmm.
That's one. Yeah, when my son
Bound,
was born. Oh
rebound.
my God, we watched
Yeah.
that
yeah,
over and over and over.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so that sounds great. That's another thing. Like, you got to carve out the time.
yeah.
Ah, there's
Well,
so
remember, we
what
just
what what are your
make a
dreams?
short. I want to do some kind of crazy animated movie, that's more
Yeah,
like a Ralph Bakshi movie that's really well animated,
yeah.
is actually a solid story,
Mm-hmm.
but is that kind of adult and wild design, and
That Barry Jackson got his start with Bakshi.
Right.
That was the
right.
first guy who gave him a shot.
Wow.
He did
We were
that
just
Cool
talking
World.
about Cool
Cool
World,
World is
Yeah,
Bakshi.
cool world. Yeah,
and I
Yeah,
think you
right.
actually said it had really good backgrounds. Like somebody said, like it was really good, it had really good backgrounds, and then all these crazy. The characters were wildly different. The designs of the
Yeah,
characters
yeah,
were all over the place.
yeah. That's Bakshi.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like a more coherent, still weird and crazy, but more coherent and
Do you have like a story in mind or something that you like tinker with in your head?
I got a couple things, um, but it's kind of like now I don't have something like specific, like to unleash if I had the chance. But I've got a few ideas and a handful of characters
You
that
have the
I like.
character Francis that should
Yeah,
be animated, which is like an underground
this
mouse.
guy.
That's that character. Yeah. Like that should be animated.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Well, I love your style. Like I said, man, I followed you way, way back, and yeah, I used you very distinct style. That's why even when the first time I saw you use the brayer, or at
oh
least
yeah,
I noticed it, like I was like, man, this is such a cool new element. And I know you haven't used it like since. You did the Max cover, I think, with it, if I'm recalling.
yeah. I've done a few things here and there with it.
But I was like,
I'd love
man,
to like really.
I didn't know you, but at the time I wanted to reach out to you and be like, dude, this looks so
Looks
like
so
you
good.
don't see it in comics. So
Right.
it's like
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
out of that Hartford camp, like it's
Mhm.
okay for anyone to use that weapon
Everyone
right.
and claim
does.
it as their
Everyone
own.
does. I've even done it. Like
Yeah.
everybody does it because it's magic. It's
Hmm.
so simple, but you don't,
Yeah.
but until you actually see it and you get that texture and then you apply something else on top of that texture, you're like, oh my gosh. Like,
Yeah.
that is kind of
Yeah.
a magical thing. So yeah, definitely.
And what about you, Kelly? Dream project?
Oh, dream project would probably be for me to dig into like a longer graphic novel.
Okay.
Right.
So I'd love to write something long, and I'd love to be able to draw through it and go beyond the 40-page picture book. Like I'd love to.
Wow, more work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
right.
to be able to tell, I used to. Well, know how I started? I started illustrating. My first jobs were illustrating chapter books, which is the reader is 7 to 11. It depends. You can find different ranges, but I was kind of really like at that like probably like an 8, 9 year old reader maybe would have been the chapter books that I illustrated, and I loved it. So I didn't write them,
Yeah.
but it was kind of like pure cartooning. It's black line, maybe a little bit of grays, you know, a tiny little bit of trying to figure out where to put your different shades of gray to give it some oomph. But
Yeah.
it's the closest that feeling is when I say, like, I love Hank Ketchum and the one panel Dennis the Menace cartoon.
Yeah.
So illustrating a chapter book illustration kind of feels like that.
Now,
Like
do
you
you
have
have like a story that you would want to do for the graphic
a
novel?
graphic novel. Yeah, I was talking to Chris about this, that my grandfather took all his grandchildren in a VW bus to Brazil. And so when I was a kid, there were like no Brazilians. I grew up in New Jersey.
Yeah.
I had the only Brazilian in the world. That's all I knew. Is my grandfather was like an alien because
Yeah.
no other Brazilians. He had a really thick accent. He was brown.
Yeah. Yeah.
He married into a family, like my mom's side of the family's Irish, so like he was the brownest person in every family picture. But Brazil is especially back then, Brazil is not as much known culture in the world of, thinking about cultures that are Brazil doesn't even quite count even as Latin because it's very Afrocentric.
Yeah.
So and then it has
That's
this whole
music.
yeah, and the music, the food, the culture has this crazy, like, sacred and profane, like, yin and yang thing. They are crazy. Like, they
Yeah.
drink, they party, they sleep with each other, blah, but boy,
Yeah.
they go to church on Sunday. They're very religious. I
Right,
mean,
right.
Jesus is giant on the Corcovado. Like, you
Right.
can't escape Jesus in Brazil. He's just he's big.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Brazil kind of blew my mind this summer. So my grandfather took all of his very super overprotected grandchildren
Yeah.
from the Brady Bunch suburbs of New Jersey for a whole summer in the back of a VW bus. All we did was visit every family member that I never knew I had.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the story. And we were all teenagers from, I think, the youngest. We had like a 13-year-old, and then I have an older brother and I'm the third. Yeah, I'm the oldest girl in the family, but I'm the third grandchild. So we had one going off to college. We had one who was going to be a senior in high school. And then there was me. I think I was going to be a junior in high school. And it was all these teenagers which should have been hell
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
hot, non-air conditioned VW bus, but we had the best.
It sounds like a
Um,
ball.
yeah. So,
Now, do you have like a favorite graphic novel?
do I have a favorite? You think about this, Chris, first, because you probably can say it quicker.
Well, I've talked about Bone being like one of my all-time favorites.
Bone is so cool.
Bone is so great. But then, like, I always go back to The Dark Knight Returns
Oh,
because it's one of the first graphic
Dave
novels I
Mazzucchelli?
read. Like, huh?
What, Dave Mazzucchelli's?
Oh,
Or
that's great too. But yeah, Frank Miller,
oh, Frank Miller. Sorry. Yeah, yeah. I knew I was messing
Dark
up.
Knight Returns. But Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli doing Batman Year One is
Yeah, he
another
did that
like
one.
classic right up
Well,
there.
Mazzucchelli's got my favorite graphic novel of all time.
Oh, it's so great. Yep.
This
Yep.
thing is one of the greatest
Incredible.
pieces of art on the planet.
I've
Just
never
the fact
seen
Absolutely.
that
he,
other than just looking up. Was it Dave we spoke to who had Dave Mazzucchelli as a teacher? Was it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Because he's at SVA, right?
at SVA. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was looking up for the other podcast episode, and I saw that book.
yeah,
So
just
I'll
that
have
he
to
drew
check
like
it out.
Oh,
the characters and architect, and like he draws him at moments in the book made of like geometric structure, and then he
Yeah.
meets a
yeah.
girl who's an artist, and then he draws her with this chaotic line, so that like they exist, so he's able to show their inner personalities through his line work. It's my favorite. I go back to that over and over. That and oh, what's her name, Emile Ferris's Monster.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's on my
Yep.
shelf here. That thing kind of blew my mind when it came out, and that's ballpoint pen.
Yeah, that's
So
ballpoint.
Right.
yeah,
When I
that's
was doing ballpoint pen too, and I was like,
yeah.
"You can do this on loose leaf?" Like,
Right.
oh, it blew my mind.
Have you seen Jim Ruggs, like ballpoint pen? He put out a whole sketchbook collection of his ballpoint ballpoint pen or like a zine, I guess.
Yeah. I meant to get
Awesome.
that. I didn't get that. I got his newest thing. What was that? The conspiracy thing?
Oh yeah,
That was cool. I know, of course, I have
yeah,
the Street Angel book over here and all that stuff.
right.
I have an answer, but it's really crazy. So, as I stare at, like, I'm looking at, I have my shelf and like I'm staring
Yeah.
so many like big important graphic novels on my shelf, but my eyes go up to the things that I take down from my shelf all the time.
Well, that's the answer. Yeah. What do you look at the most?
There's a cartoonist who goes by Grickle, Graham Annable.
Oh yeah, Graham
my
Annabelle.
God, I
Yeah.
He's
love him.
one of my favorites.
He's
Like,
the best.
Yeah, he's great.
He doesn't do New Yorker cartoons, and it blows my mind because he's the funniest cartoonist
oh
ever.
my god. Yeah, so he came out with some books for children, for, you know, older kids, like fun, and it's Peter and Ernesto.
I'm
And
writing
there's
it down.
cloths. So like it's literally right above blankets. And
Yeah,
I'm like, you know, and I'm like, I really like Peter and Ernesto.
I'm
Yeah.
writing it down. That sounds
Yeah.
He's great. He does the drawing every Sunday.
Oh, they're so
The
good.
live
And then
stream.
sometimes they live draw. Yeah, they
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they do it every Sunday. I remember when I first moved out here, like 3 consecutive weekends in a row, I was just going to a diner and putting that on, and like I'd order like a piece of apple pie and a coffee, and I would just sit and draw whatever they would draw, because you know they
that's
take
great.
suggestions, and sometimes I would draw the stuff that they didn't take the suggestion on because it was all like written in the
Yeah.
margins, whatever the chat. Yeah. So I'd be like, oh, they don't want to draw, you know, whatever Frankenstein at the supermarket, but I got an idea for that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I actually gave an idea once and it got drawn, and it was my kid's idea. And
Yeah.
and like, so my kid was actually like watching them draw. It was like the creature from the Black Lagoon watching TV with petting his cat.
Yeah.
And it was like, it just appeared. Just watched them draw it. It was
They
great.
drew one of mine too, and I can't remember what it was now. And they weren't going to do it, and he kept going back to it. He was like, I kind of like this one.
Yeah.
And then they finally, I can't
You
remember.
know this one?
I love that. I have that. Yeah.
That's a great one.
It is.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, another person who doesn't do a lot of books. So like when they come out, I'm like so excited.
Yeah. I think he works for like DreamWorks and stuff, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think so, yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah, that's so cool. Like Patrick McDonald, the guy who drew Mutts.
Oh yeah.
I have his book, The Art of Nothing, and when I got that and I picked it up and I saw, oh my God, yeah, he drew the old guy for Up. Like, you know, he's one of the many character designers for.
Yeah.
And I was just like, how do you go from having like a syndicated cartoon, and that's like the only thing you do, to like your phone had to ring, I would imagine, where you're getting a call from Pixar, from someone. Because I don't think you're a syndicated cartoonist and then you reach out to Pixar. That's not how it works. They reach out to you.
They like something they find a quality in people's work that they like, and then they want that as that inspirational artist at the very beginning of the project.
Right.
I'll mention one more.
Oh yeah. Richard Johnson, Cul-de-sac.
Oh,
so great.
Yeah. And I mean, aside from that, just like everything, like his caricatures, his portraits, this book was a game changer for me. I owe a lot to Richard Thompson. Because again, I didn't draw cartoons at first, so I felt like, oh, this guy does a little bit of everything, and I felt like I could identify more with that than like a New Yorker cartoonist at the time. Oh, I have that.
I have that one. Yeah.
Yeah. He has there's that's the America book. I do have that one. He has another one, and of course I only have Ron Searle America right here next to me. I forget the name of the other book, but there's a series of drawings where he like draws like the workaholic. He has like characteristics of people. It's a guy who's carrying like his work desk on his back, and there's like phones from like dangling from his like ball and chain. And he has like it's like a series of like phrases like that, and he like characterizes them. They're all he was unreal.
Crazy, amazing.
Super prolific, like beyond.
Every single year I say, this is the year I'm gonna buy his Christmas Carol, because his Christmas Carol is insane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he was on set, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken,
and
like he did it on
I'm
set.
like, yeah, and I just every year I'm like, oh, this is the year I buy it for myself, and I never did.
Yeah, I
All right, I
love
got one.
that you guys, put out book recommendations.
Yeah, we just
Keep
yeah,
doing it. It's my
keep doing it. Okay,
favorite thing. It's my favorite thing.
it's
I
good to know that
yeah,
like
yeah.
Nice.
that you actually yeah. So yeah,
I'm
we
locked
both
in
have
on the
so
book
many
record.
books.
I
So
was
yeah,
insanely jealous, Kelly, the other day of Harrison Cat. What is that?
Harrison Katie. Oh, so
You
good.
know this guy?
Early,
Well, like
early cartoonist.
Oh
Yeah.
my
talking about
God,
the Where's Waldo made me think of him
Yeah,
because
look at
he's
that. Like look at like Where's Waldo before Where's Waldo?
Oh, I
You know,
have to
like
pick
that.
it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made me
he's great.
insanely jealous the other day, Kelly, with that insane crate of Chuck Jones.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was like, "Oh, like I can't get any more money.
This great. This great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Insane. It's
Right.
insane.
Right? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
incredible.
look at all that. Yeah, that seems right up your
Yeah.
alley.
Yep,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Like this whole thing was last year. And again, like, you know, what distractions do you not need in your life? Searching eBay obsessively to
Yeah,
find out how many square dancing magazines could I get that he drew in. And I did get too many because sometimes I'd have to buy a pack
yeah,
to get the one that
Mhm.
I knew he drew in.
Right.
So sometimes I'd get and I'm like, there's no drawings in here, you know.
yeah, yeah,
just just the genre of the fact that square dancing, you know, newsletters even existed makes me
yeah.
happy.
Yeah, it's not
Like
like the thing I would probably buy are the first two books that you showed of his, like his big
where Bugs Bunny and it's
yes,
yeah. But
of
then you
course.
see
Right.
But even seeing
this.
that,
This is
like
Chuck Jones.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
you're getting to see him draw different.
right. No, but that's the whole
Right.
thing. It's the obscurity
Yeah.
of that collection where I'm like,
Yeah.
if I had to spend money on something, it'd be the first two books. But man, if I could, yeah, any obscure stuff that I can get my hands on. I
Like,
mean,
have you ever seen Chuck Jones draw like that?
yeah,
Like,
no,
look at that, right?
Right.
And that's the thing when I first got these, and
yeah,
I showed Chris, like, you know, Chris was like, "Oh my god," you know, like
Yeah.
it's the same artist using a different voice, like it's tiny little
yeah.
quick pen lines. You can
Well,
tell, like it's a
that's
new.
like right now with Bill Watterson, Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah.
He did that book. Oh, I forget what it's
Oh
called.
yeah. The mysteries.
Yeah, the mysteries.
Yeah.
And I went through that, and I'm like, wow, what a weird. They're all like clay sculptures, and then they're pictures,
Yeah.
painted
Right.
backgrounds. It's a gorgeous book.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just like, man, it's so weird seeing him not use the voice of Calvin and Hobbes and not use just the voice of
Yeah.
like ink on paper. Like just
Yeah.
he's not even drawing. I was like, wow, man, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. Inspiring, really.
Yeah, you guys are great.
Yeah. We're gonna let you go.
I'm so glad you guys did this. And yeah, with the books, keep doing it because yeah, I look at my bookshelf and yeah, I love adding to it.
Gonna need a new one. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It'll be the
Cool.
cartoon everything effect.